Welcome to the Voice and Vision podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Christina Asare, the Executive Director of Voice and Vision Media Inc. Thank you for tuning in to another episode where we blend faith, leadership, and strategy to help you lead with purpose and clarity in today's demanding world. Today's episode is titled Lessons from Prophetess Deborah, the judge and mother of Israel. In seasons of uncertainty, the world doesn't just need louder voices, it needs clearer ones. Deborah's story is one of the most inspiring examples of what it looks like to lead with divine wisdom, spiritual authority, and deep compassion. She didn't rise to prominence because she sought attention or power. She didn't shout to be heard. She didn't demand titles. Deborah stood out because she carried wisdom, courage, and a deep connection with God. She rose in a time when fear was rampant and leadership was scarce, and she did so with grace, strength, and divine clarity. Let's unpack what we can learn from her remarkable leadership. Well, first of all, we know she was a prophetess with clarity. Deborah didn't speak out of personal opinion, she spoke out of divine revelation. As a prophetess, she discerned the times and declared the word of the Lord with accuracy and boldness. In our modern workplace, we often celebrate the most confident voice in the room. But Deborah reminds us that true leadership isn't just about volume, it's about vision. Leadership that lacks vision will always drift. We need leaders who hear clearly, speak wisely, and act with conviction. So, my question to you is, are you making decisions from opinion or are you pausing long enough to seek revelation? What else can we learn about Prophetess Deborah? She was a judge with wisdom. Deborah didn't just prophesy, she governed. She made decisions on behalf of the people. She judged disputes. She resolved conflict. She offered decisions that were fair, trusted, and rooted in righteousness. Even in the midst of political and societal instability, her leadership brought stability. That's what wise leadership does. It brings order to chaos and peace to confusion. Whether you're leading a business, managing a household, or overseeing a ministry, you need discernment to judge wisely. Deborah modeled that perfectly. She was the mother in Israel. This is one of the most beautiful and powerful aspects of Deborah's leadership. She wasn't just a judge or prophet, she was a mother. Her leadership wasn't rooted in control, it was rooted in care. That's why they called her the mother of Israel. She nurtured, strengthened, and protected her people. She didn't just lead them into battle, she helped birth hope in a time of fear. As a mother of Israel, she brought both tenderness and tenacity. We need more leaders like that. Leaders who don't just instruct afar but intercede for the people they lead. Deborah's legacy for us. What does it mean for us today? Well, Deborah reminds us that you don't need to shout to lead. You don't have to be the loudest person in the room. You don't need to carry titles to carry authority. You just need to be in tune with God and be willing to act when others will not. Many of you listening today are in leadership roles where you're navigating high stake decisions. Maybe you're managing the team, maybe you're leading a small group in church or building something new from the ground up. Maybe you're writing a book. Deborah teaches us this: you don't have to be perfect, but you do need to be aligned with God, aligned with vision, and aligned with purpose. I would like to share some takeaways with you. In your role, whether you're managing a project, guiding a ministry, or navigating personal transitions, lead with the same balance Deborah displayed. She led from clarity, not confusion. She led with conviction, not people pleasing, and she led with care, not coldness. In this episode, you learned a few life lessons from the life of Prophetess Deborah. If this episode spoke to you, consider subscribing to the Voice and Vision podcast and our LinkedIn newsletter, where we share daily insight at the intersection of biblical wisdom and leadership strategy. And remember, in a noisy world, it's not about being the loudest voice, it's about being the clearest one. It's about being aligned with God. Until next time, I'm Dr. Christina Asare. Stay rooted, stay wise, and keep leading with voice and